Delbert Prince. I would like to see a podcast with Hulk Hogan as a special guest talking about the NWO. I think we should do a whole NWO episode. So get everybody on that we can.
I think the NWO is that those stories that
played out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might drive some merch sales. You never know. We'll send our people out to get the new shirt. There's always one. The new Funko. How often do they redo those? When do you get a new Funko? Like every 6 damn months?
Somebody told me I'm getting a Big Daddy Cool Funko.
A Big Daddy Cool Funko?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many versions do you have?
Well, if you count the Super Shredders, because I'm the only human that played Super Shredder, I think there's 4 Super Shredders, and then a Kevin Nash, and a Diesel.
Okay.
So 6.
There they are. Looking at them there. Okay. Very good.
That one, that's the best one, is that little tiny one there with me with my legs in effect, because I had so many matches in a singlet. 0.
Yeah, I'm looking at that was the short hair. When would this have been?
Well, I wore that singlet to the Royal Rumble in maybe 2013.
Oh, okay. With that, okay.
So, I guess they just didn't want to put pants on me.
And your hair was cut that tight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my hair. Once I cut my hair.
When you went to TNA, I know. Yeah.
No, I had long gray hair then.
But when did you do the short gray? First.
Well, I did the short gray because I did the Punisher. That I followed that with Longest Yard.
Right.
And they got lazy on Longest Yard and just spray painted my hair blonde every day instead of coloring it. And then when the movie was over, I came home and I was gray.
Right. King Gurashemi, need to start a NWO podcast group by getting some other podcasts together under one banner. You can start with Ted's. Meaning Ted Turner. NWO Podcast Network, like Podcast Heat. Kev thinks it's played out, buddy. Another time.
No, it's just, number one, we don't own the NWO.
Correct.
If you don't,
You couldn't show the copyright. You could talk about it. You just couldn't. You have to change the spray paint a little bit there. The mark.
There's some guy called me, wanted to get my input on a book. And I'm like, Jesus, I think I've sat down in the last 5 years and spoke, 35 to 50 hours on NWO shit. And it's like, I was like, Scott, it's like, and Sean, Kiddo was the same way. It's like, how many fucking times are you going to, I did that Hidden Treasure show. And after it was over with, they sat me down. And the guy said, okay, we just a couple of questions. And he went right to the NWO. I said, fuck this. That was the first time. That's the first thing I'd done since Tristan passed. And I did it because, man, I knew Mick would. I knew that Mick would make me laugh. Like Mick I was going to spend the day with Mick, and I looked forward to it because we've always had. I've never had a bad time traveling with Mick or hanging out with Mick. Or just we've always. And, he's very topical, and, we always have good conversations. And so I knew that would be a very good test of going back into the water.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I guess it's kind of like, if you're Namath, like, are you going to talk about the 69 Jets?
Yeah.
Again? That
or
season, how much is there to say about that season?
Yeah, it's such. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, how about that time on Monday Night Football when you were drunk? Really? That's it? They had a thing the other day on Instagram, and it just was the Jets logo. And the guy said, name the first player that comes to mind. And I was thinking to myself, like, Joe Namath.
Yeah, of course.
And I looked, the first answer is Mark Sanchez. And I went, fuck, I'm old.
No way. Anyone who knows and you don't have to be old. Anyone who knows their history. I was going to say Pat Ryan, but...
hey, fuck, you know where he went to college?
Tennessee?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. He played sporadically at Tennessee. But I bet you Pat Ryan did 11 or 12 seasons in the NFL holding a clipboard.
Yeah.
He looked like a fucking pro quarterback.
Yeah.
And chiseled fucking...
Just didn't play like one, which is the problem. Drafted.
He was a good drop back. They had some shitty...
They didn't have a team around him.
No, they didn't have no offensive line.